All right, what is up? All I know is that I'm creating an upgrade system, and that's about it. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the upgraded to version of whatever we're upgrading. I'm just going to do one tower. I'm just going to upgrade one tower. You guys can upgrade your other towers. I mean, it's probably not going to look like mine if you're making a good project, because none of the things I created are very creative at all. But this will just show you how to upgrade something better than mine. All right, so I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to rename it to like turret level 2. Level 2. So I'm just going to open it, and we're going to make what it looks like first. I'm going to do the most uncreative thing ever, and I'm going to just copy the sphere and scene, and I'm going to Control C. All right, let me unclick this. Control C, and then I'm going to Control V, and then we have another sphere, and I'm going to go. Nice. And you know what? I'm not even going to stop there. I'm going to copy it again, and I'm going to press Control V, and now we have a third sphere. Look at that. Oh, man. That's beautiful. All right, so we have this now. So let's actually do something. Let me dock this up here. Let's do something with it. So we now have multiple scenes. So let's go into the event graph here. So I have multiple scenes now, and I want it to fire out of every single one of those scenes. I could have done it. I could do it all at once, or I could do it interchangeably, or I could do it whatever. I'm gonna do it randomly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag off this thing here, off this get world transform, and I'm gonna need to split this up between the different scenes. So before I just had one scene on there, now I want 3. Let's add another option here. You hit add pinned, add another option. And we're just going to attach all the different scenes onto each one of these different options. So scene 1, and scene 2 for 3 different scenes. And this index here is how you're going to be selecting each one of these things. For me, I'm going to add a random integer. Random integer in range between 0, which is option 0, and 2, which is, option 2. So scene to scene 2 is all the 3 different options, and it's going to be a random integer between all of those. So we got that. So next we want to actually I'm gonna test it, but I want to take a look at the projectile here first. And I was talking about this earlier in one of the earlier videos, but I am going to change this projectile so that it, click on projectile movement here, so that the rotation follows the velocity, so it looks like it's following the enemy a lot better. It's moving better, looks better. Whatever I'm trying to say, you'll see in a sec. So let's actually put this thing in the real world and see what this thing looks like. All right, so let me hit, oh, wait, I wanted to do something first. I wanted to reduce this timer, because otherwise this is just going to be shooting the same, and it's not going to be any better than the other one. So I'm going to make this 0.5, which might be super overpowered, but 0.5 duration. Let's see how that looks. .5 is going to be ridiculously fast. And as you can see here, it is randomly shooting out of these orbs and rotating better towards the enemy. I wasn't actually paying attention, but I assume they were rotating better towards the enemy. So we have that. Let's now create the logic for upgrading. So let's go into the turret. And all I'm going to do for this is I'm going to create a box collision here. So let me add a box. Let me add a box collision. And let's scale this up. See, that's kind of good. What's that? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Compile, save. All right. Messing up words. So we have that. So now, if we want it to go, if the character goes into it, it enables you to be able to upgrade it. One thing I want to do first is increase the range of the actual build turret thing, so that the box trace for this doesn't, I can't be within both of them at the same time and upgrade them both. So let me increase the range of this thing so that I can't put the turrets close to each other. Because before I had them really close. So I'm just going to double the distance of these two. You only have to do it for the X and the Y. The Z would just be up and down. And I don't want this to be any deeper because then it's going to be able to touch the ground from the on top of the thing. And if it does that, then you can't build anywhere. So that should be fine. But I probably should check. Yeah, that looks way bigger. Okay, so that's good. That's way bigger than the box that I created for the actual turret, which I'm going to see right now. Yeah, that's way bigger. So that should be good. So now let's mess with the actual thing, the box collision. Turret. We're on the box collision. Scroll down to on component begin overlap. And let me just do this quick. Pass to third person character. So when this component begins overlap with this third person character, we want to set the variable to be in range. So set this, and it is in range if this character begins overlap, and if it's ends overlap, so click on the box collision thing again, go down to the bottom, on component end overlap, other actor is the cast to BP third person character. Let's drag this off and set this in range. It is no longer in range once it leaves the box. And so you can no longer do what you're going to do. So now I'm going to make it so that I would have to cast to the third person character if I wanted to do that, wouldn't I? I'm going to do this a little bit differently. So I'm actually going to use an interface so I can avoid casting here, which I just cast there. I'll fix the other casting as well. I'll show you guys how to fix the casting. So if you ever want to get rid or not use the casting, I'll show you how to do that. So what was I thinking? BPI, it's gonna be within the turret. And this is going to be the upgrade. Upgrade. That's all I need for that. Yeah. And let's see. How do I want to do this? I'm just going to, for one thing, I need to actually implement this class. So click class settings and then BPI. It's going to be turret's the one I just created, BPI turret. All right. And then the interface, I'm going to implement this event here. So right click and then implement the event when you click the drop down menu for the interface. So we have event now upgrade. So how do we want to do this? So we have this in range here. So we want to make sure it's in range. So get it and then set a branch. And if it is true, give me a sec. If it is true, then we want to do everything to upgrade it. So that's going to be, we first need to destroy the actor, which is going to be self because we're in turret right now. And then we want to, I'm going to spawn emitter at the location just for a little added effect. I don't really have, I could try and find another emitter besides explosion, but explosion is one that I know off the top of my head. Gets the job done. Let's see, I want to scale this up because this is, I'm going to multiply by like 10 because 1 is tiny. 10 might be a bit much, but whatever. So let's get the actor location, you know, the self actor, which is our turret location, our current turret. And we're going to use that as the explosion, but we're also going to use that as the spawn location. So spawn actor from class, and that is going to be our upgraded version of the turret, which is going to be, I don't know why I'm scrolling here. Let me just look up turret. The BP turret level 2, I'm going to split this spawn transform here, and I'm going to drag this get actor location into the spawn transform location. So it will spawn right where the actor that's getting destroyed is. So it'll be right exactly in the same spot. That should be good for that. If you're making it, if it's slightly off or whatever like that, if you're creating like a turret that looks like this and then you're changing into something else crazy, all you have to do is just make sure that the location is exactly right, and you can modify this location by adding like pluses or minuses or multipliers, whatever, to get in the exact location that you want from the other actor location. Hopefully that made sense to you. All right, so I did that, and this is the event upgrade, but I haven't messaged it anywhere. All right, so I didn't message it anywhere. So where are we going to message it? We're going to message it to the third person character here, because this is going to be the one that's going to be, you're going to press a button to upgrade it. This supply damage doesn't, well, it does do something. It damages yourself, but we don't need it anymore. That was just to show that we take damage a long time ago. So I'm going to drag off this pressed here and get actor of class. And that class is going to be the BP turret. And this return value is going to be upgrade. And it's going to be a message. And that is our message. And that is all we have to do, because the upgrade already has all the logic we need for that. So let's take a look. Let me try it out. 1. And it exploded, it didn't come back. Why did that happen? It's most likely going to be because I am in the way of it coming down. So to fix that, I'm going to go here And where it says, click on the BP turret level 2 self. And where it says spawn collision handling method, we actually want to change this. So try to adjust location, don't spawn if still colliding. And it is colliding with me, I believe, or something else. But so drop down this menu, and the options are do not spawn, try to adjust location, but always spawn, which could be good. Or always spawn, ignore collisions. I'm just gonna always spawn, ignore collisions. I'm gonna compile and save this. And it should work. I don't know why I always just stay in the same location. Let's see, 3, yes. So it's now upgraded. I was gonna say, I don't know why I keep doing that. You can right click and click play from here, and it'll play from the location that you're right clicking on, which is convenient sometimes. So I did that. Next, I want to go back into this turret here. Let's see. What did I want to do? I actually don't need to do this. Yeah. Instead, I am... So I created the upgrade system. What else do we want to do? Oh, yeah. I said I was going to fix the casting, right? I'm just going to fix this casting here. Yeah, I'll show you guys how to do that real quick. So I'm going to show you how to fix it so you don't have to cast to the third person character here. I feel like a lot of these other things are really easy not to cast to. Like you just create an event and then you just apply that event somewhere else. It's a little bit harder when you have it like right here, when you're trying to get it directly from like an event already. So having a box and having the player cross the box, it's a little bit more tricky to deal with. So let me show you how to deal with that. So let's start by creating another interface. Start by creating another interface. We're going to call it BPI underscore I can't think of anything. Third person character, because it's going to be on the third person character. And it is also going to be the third person character. So here we can just call it player. I'm just going to call it player. Because I could also just implement this in other places as well with the same thing. You create an output. You could add any type of output you want. It's not really going to matter because it's all in the same. We're not even going to use this output. It's just so that we create it into, I'll show you. So let's do that. Compile, save. And let's see, where's my third person character? So in here, class settings, we're going to add this event here, BPI third person character. And that's all you have to do for that. You don't even need to like add it in or anything. Now all we need to do is go back to the turret here. And I just called it player. Okay, maybe I should have named it something else. Set player message. But yeah, just do that. Drag to here. Because the target is the BPI third person character. And all we needed for this was just the execution. So all we needed to do was have this component begin overlap with the box. So this other parameter here doesn't matter, but if it does and you need to attach this, you can just go back to that and add any type of parameters you want or however many parameters you want to attach to other things. But in this case, we're just doing this. So let me just duplicate this, Control D. I should delete this. delete that. And attach this here, attach this here, attach this here. Compile, save. Now let's see if it works. Let me show you the right click and then play from here. And if I hit 1, it upgrades. So I fixed the casting issue thing. Yeah. That was a little bit of a side tangent. So let's get back into everything else. So what else do I need to do? We have an upgrade, so I think we also need to make it cost a certain amount of money to upgrade, right? So let's go into the turret where we have everything in, and we're just going to add it. So if it's in range, then we're going to check to see how much money it is, and if we have enough money, then we can buy it. So we've done it with other stuff. It's going to be the exact same way. I'm just going to get the actor of class. Get our actor of class. BP underscore. I think all the money's on the spawner. I didn't move it from there. I was thinking about moving it later and having like a whole separate thing for that, but didn't end up doing that. So it's on here right now. So let's get the money. Get the money. This one, the variable itself, and we want to check to make sure that it is, you have more than the required amount, which we are going to make whatever, 20. And I'm going to create a branch off of here. So if this is true, it's going to spend the money, which is already a thing that we have. It's a blueprint interface that we made that has this on this. And the target is the BPI spawner. Yeah. And the target's going to be the actor itself. And the money amount is going to be 20 because we're checking to see if it's more than 20. So if you wanted to do this with like a bunch of different separate types of turrets, or you want to check, yeah, if you want to do this with different types of turrets, and maybe you have one turret as a parent class or whatever, you can just turn this into a variable and just have it check what turret it is, and then make that variable the cost for the check and how much you're spending, and just attach both of those. All right, so that's that, and that should be good. Okay, let me check without money first. 1, I have no money, so I can't buy. Let's make sure that I can buy with money. All right, let me make sure this volume down. I'm not trying to get jump scared right now. Okay, I made absolutely no money with that. Made like $6. That's pretty bad. Okay, I have $14. Still pretty bad. 23. All right. So now I can press 1. It upgrades. And yeah, the money works. And I can't, well, I mean, I don't have another turret or way to build a turret. Let's see. And you can see the it's rotating a lot smoother. The shots are rotating a lot smoother. So that's working. I can't build them right on top of each other. Let me close this. Let me hit 1 here. Can't upgrade it because I don't have enough money. And that's it. All right. I think that all works. Hopefully. Hopefully it works for you too. Bye.